Certainly. I think it's actually in a good state. I mean, we've seen scatter pricing so strong versus the upfront pricing, and even scatter pricing's up strong year over year. So I think that advertisers clearly still like, the broadcast and the cable, frankly, TV in general. I mean, the supply is dwindling, obviously, with declining ratings, so you're chasing fewer dollars, fewer viewers, but pricing continues to go up. So I do think it'll be another successful upfront this season.
Do we have a handle, Alexia, on how much the streamers on average are paying to produce per hour of content versus the broadcasters? And is there a trend to point to within that kind of information?
In terms of investing for content on the streaming platforms versus the traditional platforms, I don't think the dollar spent are that much different. It depends more on the genre of content that you're producing for. Obviously, certain type of programming, comedy versus drama will be different cost point. But in terms of producing it for streamers, producing it for TV is not that different. I think what's different for streamers is I think you have to produce that much more in order to find the hit, because the audience is so fragmented in general, and there's so many streaming products. I think there's over 100 direct-to-consumer products out right now domestically. So it's harder to find the audience, and I think when you go to broadcast TV, less so to cable, but broadcast TV, I think you just have a bigger hit rate because you get a bigger audience right from the get-go. So again, the cost per hour, per half hour is probably not that different, but you have to spend that much more in order to kind of get enough audience where a show can become a hit on a streaming platform.
Alexia, what's your sense of where we are within the industry consolidation story? Obviously, Viacom-CBS is a kind of a known likely pairing, but then after Disney-Fox, it seems like it just sort of redefined what scale is at this point. So what might you expect here in terms of future deals?
I mean, you definitely have the mammoths, right? You do have the Disney, the Fox, the old Fox, the new Fox is a bit smaller. You have Comcast, you have some of the fan companies that are really the big companies, and then you have kind of everybody else, and then you have some of the niche companies. And I think there's generally this perception that the everybody else still needs to kind of find a niche strategy, which a lot of them are doing. We heard a lot about that here at the conference this year. Otherwise, they have to probably keep combining to gain scale and be more competitive. So I would say, yes, you're right. You mentioned CBS Viacom. I think that's a more obvious one that is, in my opinion, a matter of sort of when, not if. And I think the others is kind of to be determined. We may take a little pause as some of these other companies find their strategies. For example, the new Fox is all going in all news and sports, which is, they know they're a linear platform. They're going and investing in what's working in linear, and they're going to see how that goes. And my bet is it's going to work out very well for them. I think other companies we've heard from at this conference, for example, Discovery, they're kind of finding niches in the market, and they want to be the go-to place for that niche, right? Whether it's golf, whether it's reality programming, whether it's food, they want to be the destination place, not only domestically, but globally for that niche. So we'll see if that works. And if not, I think you will see further consolidation for them to gain scale, to be more competitive with some of the bigger players I mentioned.